Spurs. Right, so welcome back, everyone. This is Common Spurs TV. I've got in-house guru, encyclopedia extraordinary. I'm trying to catch up with him, in that respect. But it's a tough ask, But hey, Chuma's here with us. Chuma, how are you?
Oh, I'm wonderfully well. Welcome everyone to Come On Spurs TV. Like we like to term ourselves, the Afrobeat section of the Lily White Nation.
Indeed.
For those of you who are here for the first time, subscribe, like, comment, share, click on the notification bell, lets you know every time we drop content. We're a channel that likes to challenge the negative perspective of other Spurs fans by injecting some positivity into it. So if you're into the positive vibes of being a Spurs fan, and if you love everything to do with Tottenham, and you hope and wish and pray Tottenham win, as opposed to showing up when you lose, this is the place for you. So welcome. Come on, Spurs.
Indeed. Tottenham Forest. Now, those who saw that match probably felt we had 3 points in the bag even before the match started. And it didn't quite turn out like that. Because if you look at the game, we had, first 20 minutes, everything seems to be like going through the gears. And then all of a sudden, Forest got a grip in the game. And things just seem to alter. Talk us through that first 20 minutes.
Now, the first everything was set up the way it should have been set up for. We played a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, depending on how you see it outlined, where you had Bissouma, Pape Matar, and Maddison in midfield. And my goodness, this is the first game I've seen. Bissouma, I think, tried 2 shots. Like, he was weaving through. He was really trying to, I think, justify getting the position ahead of Bentancur and Højbjerg, because fans are not really feeling Bissouma at the moment. His drop off of form has been cataclysmic, I think, in so many levels. But Tottenham had the bit between their teeth. They were trying to create chances. Timo Werner was getting the feel of his of beating his man on his wing. Brennan Johnson as well. Second game in a row, Kulusevski is now having to sit on the bench. He's having to make his way back in because either loss of form, very predictable things in his head, probably not right at the moment. But Tottenham made some inroads, and but then there were 2. It was a case of like a Jekyll and Hyde moment. Murillo, the Brazilian defender from Nottingham Forest, who this summer I hear is going to attract a lot of attention as well. He had an opportunity to score an almost like beyond a halfway line Beckham-esque goal. With Tottenham pressing, the ball fell to him, and he just decided to have a go, and he did, and almost embarrassed Vicario. And then shortly after that, Tottenham get back on the attack. The ball gets spread to Werner. Werner takes his man down the line, puts a ball in, typical Ange ball cross, cut back. And Murillo sticks his foot out. What can you say? 1 minute you're almost the hero, next minute you're a villain. And that's football for you. And then, Tottenham was still cruising control of the game. And then all of a sudden, the last 20 minutes, Elanga breaks through. Udogie does not track back. He didn't follow his man. Instead, chose to help Van der Ven's wing. And Chris Wood, who does what he does, he scored. And then Forest all of a sudden used that as fuel and just kept trying. And then Chris Wood inexplicably hits the post. That could have taken it to 2-1. It would have been a whole different game. And it would have probably brought down the entire fan base that weekend as well. And then we get to halftime, where I think Ange puts a rocket in, and then we come out, and the second half display is just night and day. It's total domination.
I've watched several replays of the Van der Ven second goal and his first goal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. His first goal for Spurs was against Luton, wasn't it? Which
yes,
was a header, if I recall. Was that a header? I can't remember. But this time around, this time around, that was a bullet of a shot. That was, it's just. I watched that. I thought to myself, wow. Son assist. you know. Just a little point of note, you know. And I think a lot of people have been saying Spurs have been struggling with the low block. And I noticed that a lot of shots went in this time around. You know, it's like almost like shoot on sight was the instruction. Don't try and break them down. You know, try and integrate passes or dribbles. Just get the shot across. You know, and that seems to have done the trick on this particular occasion. You mentioned earlier on that Bissouma tried a few shots. He had one that was very, very close. I mean, and I had one that was blocked or so. You know, but you see everybody trying shots. You know, which was a bit of a. Even Madison tried some shots as well. You know, and
yeah.
So I mean, I guess if you try 5 shots, 1 goes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can see it's an obvious instruction by Ange as well that
Yeah.
you guys should, because I think Spurs have, I think the perception, I wouldn't say the reality, I would say the perception is Spurs are trying to walk the ball into goal. They're trying to score the perfect goal, and these things happen. So it gets to that point sometimes, and with Van der Ven, he just he ripped into that ball, and in Nigeria, I would say he lashed the ball. If such a term is allowed, he ripped through that ball, and I think the greatest service you can play the goal is the keeper didn't even move. When the keeper doesn't move, he's like, it's not worth diving. It's too hot to save, and he had placed it so well.
And there was one passage of play that I just thought, I don't know, I'm sure some people saw that passage of play when the ball went to the right wing of Forest, and Van der Ven ran across, and as if the guy was not moving at all, He got to the ball. That was like absolutely rapid. It's like, wow, wow. It's like, that guy is just totally different class. It's a real gem. I mean, and listening to Ange's post-match, was one of the post-match interviews or pre-match, when someone asking him about Tottenham attracting players because they qualify for Champions League, and he said, "Look, I mean, ultimately, when you think about it, I mean, we got Van der Ven. We weren't playing Champions League when we got him. That he wants players of a particular type of character and mindset, And if you want someone to come to your club, you want them to come to your club, not to a Champions League club, Which I thought that was really. I mean, Ange, I think he's kind of calmed down a little bit on the yarning, as we call him, but he still has those little nuggets that comes up with now and again, which is real, a breath of fresh air.
If Jan Vertonghen was Super Jan, he used to do this thing where he would open the S on his chest, celebration. If he's Super Jan, and if we're sticking to the theme of superheroes, then Mickey Van der Ven is the Flash, the fastest man. So
for those of you who don't know the superheroes, get busy on Google.
You have to watch, the Flash movie. I don't really recommend it, but if you want to see the Flash, come to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We have the Flash playing for us at the back. Speed is rapid.
And the third goal, I mean, I think to myself, wow, that was Mr. Son, right? Hello, can you hear me?
The third goal was Porro.
Sorry.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Pedro Porro.
I can hear you.
Another shot, another brilliant shot as well,
Yes.
And he had a very nice touch.
His first league goal.
Yeah, very nice touch at the end when he said he dedicated it to his mom, her birthday was on the day of the match, which was quite a nice touch, Heartwarming is the word I was looking for. So we ended up coming up as comfortable winners really cool. In that match, but there's some people who still feel that we're too one-dimensional and that we're too predictable, and people, the better teams seems to have sourced us out. But I think one will have to take that with a pinch of salt, because the real test, if you like, come against what you might call the next set of matches we've got ahead. We have quite a a run of matches coming up, which are probably going to test us to the limits. I think we've got Newcastle, we got the guys up the road, we've got Chelsea, we've got City, we've got Liverpool. And all coming in at almost like at the same time. And it's like that's interesting. Now, for this is like going back to the Poch era, right? When anytime we were playing those sort of big matches, I mean, before that, I used to have this sort of, oh my goodness, here we go again. They're going to beat us, and we're going to lose this game, or at best come up with a creditable draw as a good performance. But chances are that we would lose those games. But the mindset for me has changed a great deal. I'm sure that has changed across all of Tottenham fan base as well. There's still a little bit of trepidation, I feel like, because obviously it's Ange'S season. There's a lot of certainty, and then we also had a situation where you say, okay, fine, we're getting our first team back. And you mentioned something earlier on. I think it was when we had, off air. We said it pulled up Suma, it pulled off Sa from the middle of the pitch, and it brought up Bentancur and brought up Højbjerg. Now, I see Ange making those changes quicker, like we said earlier on, right? And like, not waiting until the very end, or maybe like 75th minute, but probably picking up changes on the hour mark, or just even not have time sometimes, And for me, that's a benefit of having a squad that is sort of fully fit, But barring 2 or 3 players, we have almost a fully fit squad at the moment, and that gives him plenty of options to choose from. I'm pretty sure we're going to do something on Lo Celso very soon. I'm thinking Lo Celso is that classic commander of a player who plays very well for his country. He goes to Sevilla and other places. He plays fantastic. Betis. He plays fantastic football. Villarreal, I think when he went on loan, he played really, really well. And then he comes back, just don't get. Maybe he's not getting the sequence of games, or he comes injured. It's been 100 games for us already in 6 years. 100 games, and that's like wow. It's not enough number of games in that time period. One, B, it's okay. It's a milestone, but you expect more from a player of his caliber. Yeah, you're wondering why doesn't he just enjoy the same sort of run of form, or the fortune that he has for Argentina for us. And I don't know. We'll come to that at some point, but it's still a little bit grating because there's a good player there. There's a really good player in that guy, And let's hope he comes through at some point. But it's been 6 years, and it's almost like we got him and Ndombele at the time, but both of them haven't lit up the place as much, and that's between over 100 million, And we say Daniel doesn't spend money. He's got those two wrong. Well, anyway, there you go.
100 appearances in 6 years.
Yeah,
it's just unbelievable. When you think Sonny's just done 400, and Sonny was like a year or 2 ahead of him. Exactly. So 2 years, literally 2 years. Sonny was 2016-17 season, and he was 2018-19. So 2 years ahead. So he should be at least 200. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it's what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. All right, so we'd love to hear from you what you think. If you think Tottenham did well, let's hear from you. If you think they didn't do as well as they could have, we'd also love to hear from you as well. Yeah, it's always great having you guys. Chuma, you're fantastic. You're like our own little Flash superhero.
Tottenham history Flash.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much, Chuma. God bless you. Take care. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.